Construction of the first coal export terminal at Abbot Point, Queensland began in 1981 under the direction of the Harbours Corporation of Queensland. Located 25 kilometres northwest of Bowen on Queensland's north coast, Abbot Point is placed between the existing industrial centres of Townsville to its north and Mackay to its south. Perfectly located on the coastline and accessible to two of the richest mineral resource deposits in the world, the Bowen Basin and the Galilee Basin. Known as Job 8123, its design featured a coal handling conveyor and loading structure 2.8 kilometres into the sea along a cyclone-prone coastline. Machinery was sourced from 3 different corners of the globe: Dubai, California and Rotterdam. The contract for engineering and construction was awarded to Pearson Bridge. The challenge for them was the transport of 45,000 tonnes of steel and concrete across the water. The terminal was built within 2 years and commenced operation in 1984 with the initial capacity of 15 million tonnes per annum, and it remained at this level of operation for almost 25 years. In 2006, Ports Corporation of Queensland, PCQ, responded to international demand for Queensland coal and undertook the first phase of expansion works to raise the capacity of Abbot Point. This required the construction of a second bund and conveyor system and an additional stockyard. Further market demand required PCQ to take on additional stages of expansion to ultimately increase capacity to 50 million tonnes per annum by 2011. The objective of the long-term works program was to expand the terminal to handle a throughput of 25 million tonnes. This required the upgrading of existing conveyors and the construction of a second inloading stream, allowing 2 trains to be unloaded simultaneously. This program of work brought many challenges to the expansion team. They were required to work within a fully operating coal terminal. Much of the work was in close proximity to operating trains and conveyors, presenting safety risks and requiring well-timed coordination to ensure minimal disruption. As the original terminal had been operating for 25 years, there were repairs and upgrading required before new works could be done. The team also needed to fit new equipment capable of handling increased capacity into a space designed for lower capacity and smaller equipment. Another key feature is the supply and installation of an automatic wagon vibrator. The vibrator automatically detects whether coal is sticking to the wagons and vibrates the wagon with a frequency that will dislodge the coal. This offers considerable time saving and improved safety over the previous manual vibration methods. The program of works to achieve an increase in capacity to 25 million tonnes was a success due in part to the close working relationship developed by PCQ with main contractor John Holland Group and consultants Orcon Hatch. Initial construction works to bring export capacity to 50 million tonnes per annum commenced well before the completion of the Phase 1 construction cycle. PCQ project managers were appointed for the overall project as well as specific managers for the onshore and offshore components. PCQ then brought together a team of highly experienced and professional contractors. John Holland, BMD Constructions, FAM Queensland, Monadelphous, Lang O'Rourke, MIE, iPower, Sun Engineering, Australian Indigenous Security Services. Together, this team combined expertise to deliver a project worth $818 million. Onshore, land was prepared for coal stockpiles and a third bund, and a conveyor system constructed to carry coal to the surge bins. In spite of unpredictable and often extreme weather conditions, the X50 expansion project progressed rapidly. A large new surge bin began to take form on site, with the important role of ensuring maximum throughput from the conveyors while shiploading pauses to move from bulk hold to bulk hold on the coal ships. Off-site, FAM Queensland began construction of the 4 new stacker reclaimers, used to stack the coal from the trains and then scoop coal from the stockpiles and deliver it to the ships via conveyors. The majority of these stacker reclaimers were constructed in regional areas of Queensland, in the towns of Biloela, Mackay and Townsville by GNS Engineering. To meet the tight deadline, FAM had to coordinate additional construction in Germany and Vietnam. Each stacker reclaimer machine is designed to deliver a maximum of up to 8,000 tonnes of coal per hour, with a normal operating range to be about 6,000 tonnes per hour. The machines were constructed off-site and delivered in pieces for on-site erection. The total value of the 4 stacker reclaimers is approximately $135 million. Offshore, 2.8 kilometres out to sea, a second berth was progressing in anticipation of the arrival of a new shiploader from Brisbane. To reach the berth, a second 2.8 kilometre outloading conveyor along the jetty was under construction to transport the coal from the stockyard to the ships. These components involve the installation of approximately 9,500 tonnes of structural steel. Down in Brisbane at Four Jacks Dockyard, the new shiploader was taking shape. Weighing over 1,380 tonnes and standing over 54 metres high with the boom down, the shiploader would allow a ship to be loaded with coal at a peak rate of 8,200 tonnes per hour. The project team watched in anticipation as the shiploader left Brisbane, clearing the Gateway Bridge by 1.5 metres before setting sail to Abbot Point. The combined workforce for both onshore and offshore was approximately 1,365 workers, with an average of 650 per month contributing to this project. Leading by example, North Queensland Bulk Port's environmental management of the X50 expansion shows how Abbot Point's flora and fauna can coexist. Adjacent to Abbot Point is the Cayley Valley wetland area that is home to up to 20,000 birds in the wet season. To minimise impact on this important wetland area, the coal terminal was designed to reduce dust generation through engineering controls and designs such as wind barriers and the use of low-noise machinery. Lighting of the terminal was designed to be turtle-friendly, to diminish impact on any turtles nesting or hatchlings on nearby beaches. The environmental management plan for the construction ensured that vegetation clearing was kept to a minimum and fauna spotters were employed to ensure any wildlife was relocated. The plan included stormwater management and erosion and sediment control to ensure impacts on the wetlands were minimised. The X50 expansion has illustrated the world-class capability of Queensland to grow a vital coal export facility. The potential for future coal exports from Abbot Point is bright, with abundant resources yet to be tapped in the Galilee and Bowen basins. The Abbot Point State Development Area, adjacent to the port, will be a platform for sustainable development of the region, with work well underway to expand in phases from current export facilities of 50 million tonnes per annum to 230 million tonnes per annum. The future of Abbot Point is one of great economic and development potential for the state of Queensland, and North Queensland Bulk Ports Corporation intends on growing port facilities to increase Queensland trade opportunities. Providing safe, sustainable and competitive seaport services, North Queensland Bulk Ports Corporation is the recognised global leader for bulk ports.